Doc, this is I don't know. We're
Well, we
recording
usually
this.
ask us how we're doing tonight, and the truth of the matter is we're not doing fucking good. How about that? And the
Yeah.
reason we're not doing good is that the news came out today that Jay Briscoe, one of the best wrestling personalities and wrestlers, and one half of the ROH Tag Team Champions, passed away.
Yeah, we found out an hour before we started. Basically.
Yep. Apparently, it was a car wreck in Delaware. Details are few. He was 38 years old.
Jesus Christ.
I found out during soccer practice tonight when we got done, the boy in the car on the ride home was like, "Why do you have Jay Briscoe pulled up?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, he died today." And he goes, "No," because he loved that fucking fight on the farm. Can't show him all the promos because he don't need to see that kind of language all the time. I gotta tell you, Jay Briscoe is one of two guys that I think approached the wrestling business the way it ought to be approached in 2022, 2021, 2020. The
Jay
other is
Briscoe
MJF.
was real.
Real.
Huh?
We sit here weekly and we talk about pro wrestling and we talk about, if you think about it, the stuff that we really buy into, you look at and you go, man, this is some good shit. And you're like that, it's that old thing that Doc used to always say when we first started the show, is like, yeah, man, we know that wrestling's fake, but that motherfucker right there is real. Jay Briscoe was the real one. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I got two promos pulled up, Doc. One of them you'll remember quite well. It was when he cut the promo on EC3 before the 19th anniversary ROH anniversary show. Do you remember that promo?
Where he's talking about shaking hands and controlling narratives and shit.
I thought I would play it in tribute to him because the shit is just phenomenal. The way he single-handedly will basically, if you had doubt in buying that pay-per-view, you were going to buy it after you listen to this. I'm going to play it real quick. It's not long. Here it is. EC3's on the warpath of control your narrative, and Jay Briscoe tells him to go fuck himself. And essentially, not with those words, but here it is.
EC3, you just mosey on in here, man. You talking about control your narrative. Well, son, how long has it took for you to figure that out? I can't tell you how many times WWE has called us wanting us to come. WWE offered us deals, max level NXT deals. And you know what I told them? I said, man, I could do that landscaping. You worry about me controlling my narrative? Come on, man, control your own. How many times you done went up there and tried to become a superstar? That superstar bullshit. I'm good sitting right here, fighting whoever we got to fight. I never have gone nowhere and I never will go nowhere. I live on this damn farm, ain't nobody taking me out of here. So EC3, you wonder if honor's real? You want to know why I don't shake your hand? I'm gonna put it to you like this. You don't deserve to shake my hand. This hand right here, Mitsuharu Misawa, Samoa Joe, Kensuke Sasaki. I've locked eyes with Bryan Danielson, shook his hand. I've locked eyes with Tyler Black. All the people I've shook hands with all around the world, man. And you want mosey all in and talk about, hey, Jay, shake my hand. Hell no, I ain't shaking your hand. You don't deserve my damn handshake. And especially because you can't look me in the eye. I mean, least you can do is look me in the eye, then maybe I might consider shaking your hand. But you can't even look me in the eye, man. If you give me a damn fight and look me in my eyes, then I'll shake your hand. But only after I whoop your ass.
I remember watching that on the treadmill, and I immediately texted Doc and said, go watch ROH from this week right now or as soon as you can. You got to hear this promo Jay Briscoe just cut leading up to the pay-per-view. He was just real, man. He was just real. I do have another one that he cut on the Young Bucks that I thought was gold too, but You want to play the next one first, or you want to comment on that one?
Well, that was a great promo. He usually had them, but it wasn't, to me, outside of the tag team world, the thing that got me going the most, and we've said this before, I'll never forgive ROH for leaving money on the table by not going long with the Jay Lethal, Jay Briscoe feud.
I remember you saying that.
That was one of the biggest missed opportunities in modern wrestling history. And the sad part is, for me, I think, is that the Briscoes now, as a tag team, aren't going to be exposed to a bigger audience.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I thought that too. You just nailed it. Because together, I think Jay was the bigger star of the two, but together, they're a bigger draw, a bigger name. I think when you only have Mark, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. But that's a wrestling thing. I mean, in real life, like, it fucking sucks for Mark. I mean, he lost his brother. I don't. Wrestling is minor compared to
for real.
The discussion, of him losing his life.
Did he have kids? Was he married?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's fucked up, man. It's 38. People use the term tragic all the time. Doc, he single-handedly, or both of them really did get pretty much. I mean, there was Jay Lethal too, but I'm gonna put it on the Briscoes for single-handedly. Like, that's why we watched ROH for so long. I mean,
yeah.
This dude was a verbal assassin every week on promos. Like, and then Mark was kind of the comedy guy, but he was also a badass too, as we'll see in a second on this promo I'm gonna play.
Yeah, but they were the team that everybody else came and went and moved on.
Yeah.
To bigger and better things, and they were the constant there. Probably because they were making more money at the chicken farm than by wrestling, but whatever.
You heard what Briscoe. You heard what he said there. He was like, "I can make more money landscaping than I can on your NXT deal."
Right.
That's nice.
All right. I'm gonna play this one. This will be just the second one I'll play, and this was last year, beginning of the year, when all the they were cutting promos on their YouTube channel in various places, basically talking about AEW being scared to bring them on, and they start shooting on the Young Bucks YouTube channel right here, and I get a kick out of this all the time because Mark is also eating food in the background, which he was phenomenal with. Like I said, he's kind of a little bit of comedy, but it's still badass to me. Here it is.
Cameras on. Hey, we on? Yeah. Is we rolling, baby? Hold on.
Rolling. Y'all ain't got this man fired up.
Hold on. Hey. All right. Hey, remind me, chick. What did he say?
He said something along the lines of the Briscoes don't even belong in the conversation.
Yo,
great tag team.
Yo, you bald-headed bitch. Let me tell you something. All right?
Tell him something.
Yo, you the biggest clown in the whole damn circus right now, son. All right? Because you act like you this big rebel, knowing damn well you got your little daddy Tony protecting your ass. Y'all don't want us in that bitch.
No. See, to me, this reminds me of 3 different states of the human condition. The one being, you're barking up the wrong tree, buddy. Number 2 being, you're playing with fire. And number 3 being, you're letting your mouth write checks that you can't cash with your ass.
Yo, can't cash it with your bitch ass. You heard the man.
Funds.
Man, do I really need to remind you who you looking at right now? Huh? Man, hey, I'm gonna take you back 15 years. Who was it that really set the wrestling world on fire? 07, huh? Hey, don't let your bosses try to lie to you. All they did was have a little YouTube show. Who really did this shit? Huh? Hey, what was you doing 15 years ago?
What was y'all boys doing?
Bitch, I think you was KC McKnight or some shit like that.
What was you doing, KC? Huh?
Man, you know who you met. You don't know who you messing with, son. I'm trying not to cuss. You don't know who you messing with, boy. Y'all scared? It ain't gonna happen no way. Ain't gonna happen. Y'all don't want us in that bitch, man.
The ball is in your courts. If you understand what I'm saying.
They don't want us in there.
The ball is in your courts.
All your bosses know damn well what's gonna happen. We get in that bitch. It's over. We ain't coming in that bitch, get a paycheck. Shit, we got money. We coming in that bitch to take over.
Damn right.
Turn that.
Mark eating fucking pudding in the background. It's always the fucking greatest thing. Or whatever he's eating. So for the record they're not talking about the Young Bucks. I think they were talking about the FTR at that time, but they were directing it towards the Young Bucks, calling them, their bosses since they're the EVPs. And they were saying, like, yeah, your fucking bosses know what the deal is. And that's why we ain't there. Again, this ain't even one of their better promos. It just was one that stuck out to me as I saw it on their Facebook page and stuff.
I believe him.
I do too, man. He was real.
That doesn't even feel like a wrestling promo. It
Say
just
more.
feels like it just sounds like two guys talking shit that are gonna beat the shit out of somebody.
For real.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it was. That's the crazy part.
And
that's
so
exactly
like
what it was.
every couple of look, we're busy. I can't keep up with everything going on in the fucking independent scene of wrestling. But about every 2 months, I remember one night, I'm laying in bed or something, and I flip over to their Twitter channel so that I can keep up with the latest promos like that they cut. And they're always good. Every time.
I remember one time you texted me and you were like, bro, Jay Briscoe's scaring the shit out of me. I'm like, fuck are you talking about? And you're like, that motherfucker's cutting a promo and he's shooting a fucking gun up in the air. Pop, pop. I went
they're down at the pond and just popping off rounds while they're cutting promos. That's like, dude, they mean business.
The old saying, man, that wrestling might not be real, but man, them dudes is real. Let me ask you a question, Doc. There's plenty of questions or discussions about, who the best tag teams in the world are and things like that. Like today, and there's, you got FTR, obviously you had the Briscoes. In your opinion, who is or was the best tag team in the world? Modern.
I would have said the Briscoes then FTR.
I would have said the same thing. What about you, Harper?
About that. Because you see, I think the Briscoes were never touched by a major promotion, so they were never, what you call it, pacified or cleaned
watered
up.
Down.
Yeah, right. They weren't ever action figures.
They were never homogenized.
No.
Sterilized.
And FTR, just doing what they were told, had to like shave each other and shit on WWE TV when they're wrestling the Usos.
Yeah.
Skits.
Emasculated.
Yeah.
I really believe that, though. I believe that they told WWE, like, I'm sure they had conversations and WWE was like telling them what they wanted to do. And
oh yeah,
they were both like, y'all joking, right? Fuck you. Like, no. And Doc, you said something years ago. You said, man, can you imagine? This is probably like 2016. We hadn't been doing the show long. You're like, can you imagine if Mark and Jay Briscoe ever went to the WWE? You were like, they would be like the bushwhackers, licking babies' foreheads, and like they would turn them into a comedy act.
Look what they did with War Machine.
Yeah, savages.
Yeah. That's true, huh? I love them. I saw them wrestle when it was here. I think it was the first Mania that was here at the Hilario Center. We're in the back. I saw them. I was like, dude, that was some good shit, man. That was some good fucking shit.
Yeah, they're good.
Because they look like fucking people.
Badasses.
Yeah, like you just didn't want to fuck with these people.
Yeah, they looked the part.
And they put a horn on their head and made them Vikings.
Yeah. Hey, well,
I could see.
they get the nice check. Fuck it, man.
I can see Mark Briscoe going, I guess. I mean, we getting paid and all. And Jay be like, no, fuck that. We're out of here. Let's go, Mark.
I tell you one thing. I wonder how much they're making now with that chicken farm, with the price of eggs are.
Well, I imagine it's closed today.
You know what he means. I'm laughing, but nice. I shouldn't be laughing. Dude, eggs are like $6 a dozen, damn near. Bruh. Jesus.
All right. Well, here's the
thing. They're like $6.50 at fucking Rouse's.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
you know, look, a lot of times we come on here and we're like, that's too young, or guy was old and blah blah blah. But man, 38 is way too young. He still has shit to do in a prime of his career, and I'm legit bummed out, man, because he was one of my 2 or 3, 4 favorite wrestlers in the world.
I got only a handful of modern wrestlers that I look at and go, man, the fucking wrestling world is not better if something were to happen to these guys.
And he's one of them.
And he's one of them. And I'm gonna tell you who the other ones are: Roman Reigns, Jay Lethal. I don't even know if I put Jay Lethal in that category now, just the way, he's just not as prominent. But MJF's in that category. Reigns is in that category. That legitimately I look at, God, man, not only, the wrestling world lost a lot, obviously the world lost a lot, but you take guys like that away from wrestling, it's like, man, it just fucking bums you out. Man, I read it and was like, please let this be a hoax. Because, it's social media nowadays. You never fucking know what you're reading. And then started getting tagged and shit. And then I go, and then I see somebody retweeted Tony Khan's. And I'm like, Tony Khan ain't going to say that if it's not real. And, dude, it's fucked up, man. 30, bro, that dude is 10 years younger than us. Like, that's just fucking too young.
Wasn't even 40.
No, it's just, he's too young. Man.
Isn't it like wouldn't you consider him as like that big punk band that never signed the big record deal, but everyone knew who the fuck they were and bought their albums anyway?
Yeah, street cred out the wazoo, but never sold a million records. Yeah.
Right. They never sold out to the man.
Right.
But I think you nailed it. It's like they never sold out. They stayed with ROH forever. Mm-hmm. And yet I think most people in the wrestling world know who they are. Even beyond the wrestling world, probably.
Mm.
Maybe not too. I don't know, bro. It sucks because you almost wish they would have gone to the WWE, because then they could say that they did go there. And,
yeah, but dude, they would have fucking.
Right, they would have pissed all over them.
They would have pissed. You wouldn't saw anything remotely close to what we just watched.
Nothing.
Right, nothing. It would have been just a shit show. What they would have made them out to be would have been just bullshit.
So definitely, in all sincerity, thoughts going out to the Briscoe family. Rest in peace. I'll be honest with you. I don't even want to do this episode we're about to do, but we got to do it.
Yeah,
Mike.
Book it, bitch. Hey, look, I'm watching fucking Laverne and Shirley on fucking Pluto TV.
That sounds good.
I tell you one thing, but Penny Marshall back then.
Oh my,
bro, she got nice legs. I hit it.
Look how he just segued from a serious topic about the loss of one of our community of the wrestling business into Laverne.
Yeah.
We talking about a serious topic here.
So am I.
He can't.
And he
can't.
And he, dude, pivots like a 12-year-old to Penny Marshall's
legs.
Her
with the L on her boobie.
Get set, go now.
Jesus Christ.
Wanna make our dreams come true. Doing it all the way.
In all seriousness, we do need a. I'm sorry, man. We got RIP. It's
RIP.
And now we gotta put on our working boots and get through this episode.